My name's Christian Mancier. I'm a solicitor and partner at Gorvins Solicitors in Stockport. So one of the great things about my job is there's no such thing necessarily as a typical day. So today, for example, I've been out to a networking and business development event this morning. So I've spoken to lots of new people. I've then come back and I've sat at my desk and I've drafted some documents, sent some emails, and then I've got a meeting with some clients this afternoon. So every day varies immensely, but it's usually a mix of sitting down, drafting documents, meeting with clients, or going out and about and doing business development. So every day is slightly different and it keeps it very fresh and exciting. So I qualified as a lawyer using what has been the traditional route to qualification as a solicitor. So that's involved going to university and doing a law degree, although I did a law and history combined honours degree. So I spent half my time doing law and half my time doing history, just to mix it up a little bit and keep it interesting. I then went on to law school and did what was called a legal practice course, and effectively that's 1 year at law school. And then at that point I applied for a training contract with Gorvins in Stockport. So I started as a trainee with Gorvins and I spent 2 years, effectively it's on the job training where you have to go around a mix of different departments. And after 2 years as a trainee and going around those different departments, I qualified at Gorvins. I then became an associate solicitor, a senior associate solicitor, a partner, and today I am an equity partner, which is effectively one of the owners of the business. Yeah, I think it's a real mix of abilities, but you're looking for people who can work well as a team, because certainly a lot of the work we do, we team up with other members in our own departments, or we sort of work on a project where there might be 3 or 4 different departments involved. Look for people who can show a little bit of independent thinking, because sometimes you're going to have to go away and do your own research and come up with your own answers sometimes, that might be for questions that might be asked to you from someone more senior in the firm. And I think also there's a lot of the sort of social skills as well that are really, really important, because a lot of our job is communicating with clients, explaining things to clients and trying to put that in a really simplistic, non-legal way. So that ability to be relatively down to earth but quite clear with your communication skills is, I think, a really important skill. I think from a top tips point of view, when people are applying for jobs, I'd always encourage people to do something outside of the traditional sort of academic route, because academics, everyone will have usually quite good A-level results and GCSEs and one thing or another. So when you are applying for roles, what is it on your CV that stands out? So anything that people do, for example, working in the voluntary sector, or can show some sort of leadership, or they've captained a sports team or helped out with managing the sports team. Those are the sorts of things that I think, can make your CV stand out from other CVs where everyone might have very, very similar sort of academic grades, and that shows the ability to work as a team, but also the sort of get up and go and leadership and independent thinking in there. I'd also encourage people to have a look at doing work experience from quite an early age, but doing some work experience with perhaps a much smaller firm, and then doing some work experience with a medium-sized firm, and then trying to get some work experience with one of the larger, perhaps regional or national firms. You'll see very, very different cultures. So the large national firms might take on 20 trainee solicitors each year, and there's a very structured programme. Smaller firms, you might be one of only 6 or 7 people in an office, and medium firms somewhere in between, and you will get a feel very much for the sort of environment that perhaps best suits you. And therefore, when you are applying for training contracts, perhaps focus more on those environments that you think are going to suit you. If you're someone who doesn't like being one of 20 people, or all being relatively competitive because there might only be 15 roles at the end of 2 years, then the large firms might not be for you.